Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Jolene's Happy Time Craftcast. I am Joleen, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's episode. I don't even know what number we're on. Somebody tell me like 85 or 86 or something. Thank you so much for always being here and being in support of what's going on. So I would like to start off today's show, of course, by bringing you up to speed on a few things that are going around on here on the farm. We continue to prep and get ready for our 2026 retreat season. Thank you so much to all of you who have registered for your events. I appreciate that. I mean, I know like it's kind of icky to like be so salesy about it, but you know for sure I'm not pulling your leg when I tell you that each retreat only has 14 to 16 spots, and we're so lucky that we do sell out. So if you are interested in coming to either a cooking retreat, yoga, art, tarot, mixed media, we have a grief retreat. If you are interested in any of those things, head on over to bigravenfarm.com and go to the retreats page and make sure you secure your spot. So you're in the loop and you know that they sell out. So thank you for doing your stuff there. Other things that are going on, I am still preparing projects for my Pick Your Projects retreats. And those are the ones where you get to pick from a list of things that I've already made and you get to choose the ones that you want to make. Well, one of the things that I've been like, that's been rolling around in my brain is I cannot be the only one who has so many canvas bags, tote bags, shopping bags, right? I recently ordered some jeans from this company and they sent me a tote bag. And while I really appreciate it, I kind of wanted to like zhush it up a little bit. So I've come up with another project for my Pick Your Projects retreats where we are going to take a panel and we're going to applique something on top of the panel, and then we're going to add the panel to the bag. Voila, right? Kind of cool. So this is my prototype, but I have so many of these canvas bags that I would just like to kind of like bring into my own style or repurpose in a way where I really love the bag. Couple things I learned. One, cutting felt on a laser, amazing. Changed my life. Love it. I am so grateful that I have that machine. The cuts are perfect, precise. Took about, I don't know, 90 seconds to cut all of these pieces. Don't they look great? And then I used fusible web. I ironed it down and then I did a blanket stitch around it. The other thing I learned is that taking a white felt out and about in my go-to bag and I worked on this like in the car, and I don't know if you can see, but like I don't know. I spilled some stuff or I had yuck on my hands or whatever. So I don't know that white was the way to go. I was really looking for high contrast. But as I always test my projects, gotta say I'm loving this one, and this one will be available coming up at my Pick Your Projects retreats. Friends, I even have the tote bags. Like I must have, I don't know, 30 of these things. And so I am happy to send them down the line, give them to you, and let you have a great project. So that's what I've been working on. I would love to hear in the comments what you've been working on. I know lots of us are participating in the February Collage Challenge. And I thought maybe we would be talking about that this week. But we're so lucky that we have a guest, Audra Grosz. She'll be with us in just a few moments. But if you are doing the February Collage Challenge, I would love to hear how that's going for you. I myself am just a little bit behind, but I am definitely going to get caught up. So in the comments, please, friends, what are you working on if you're here with me live? And while you are working on that, let me talk just a little bit about today's guest. So today's guest, her name is Audra Grosz. She's basically a neighbor of mine just down the street in Viroqua, Wisconsin. She is the owner of Tattoo Zuzu, and she's been tattooing for over 11 years. And she previously had a shop in Madison, Wisconsin called Wayward Tattoos. And it is the city's first all-women owned shop. She grew up in Eau Claire, so she is a Driftless-area native. And she finds that tattooing is like a really great mix and blend of fine art, craft, and of course, community. She's also a mom and loves festivals, camping, hiking, beaches, and her dog. And we are so, 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 so lucky to have her with us here today. This is Audra Grosz. Hi, Audra.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. My absolute pleasure. So when you tell folks that you are a tattoo artist, what do they usually like come back with as a response?
I think I'm not as obvious
Yeah,
on outward appearance of a tattoo
sure.
artist, so that's maybe a first reaction, and then people are like automatically show me what they have,
Oh,
or
sure.
they're like, I've never gotten one.
Right,
What's my
right,
insight on this or that? So
right. So,
yeah.
so tell us a little bit about your experience with like just the accessibility and the acceptance of tattooing as an art and like how that's changed in the last 11
Oh
years.
my gosh.
Right.
Yeah. So when I first started, I think I went to a convention and there were like two female artists there.
Yeah.
And that has changed. Instagram, I think, is like the biggest
Mm,
game changer of the tattoo industry
mm-hmm.
because we can see more representation, more what people are getting. It's the style canon, I call it,
Yeah.
of tattoo styles has like blown open for
Mhm.
like materials and uh, tools that we have now.
Right.
So I think
Right.
all of it all happened at once,
Yeah.
societal acceptance, and then I tattoo mostly women
Yeah.
so it's just kind of
So
interesting.
have you always been an artist?
Yeah, I'm totally. I was an art nerd first,
Yes.
Yes, and I went to school for art, and
Mhm.
then I was making like screen printing T-shirts and doing designs like that. And then I was
Right.
like, I think tattooing. I kind of fell into it.
Right.
Yeah, I actually met my old boss randomly in Madison, and he had like a Muka inspired sleeve,
Yeah.
and that's one of my favorite artists. So I was like, wait, if that translates, like I'm in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So, when you're not working on skin, do you like have another art practice? Um,
Yes.
okay.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like kind of I was listening to your the decoupage stuff, so
Oh
I,
yeah.
I just feel like what art thing do I not dabble in?
Right.
So
Right. I would,
painting, muraling,
yes.
sewing, yeah,
Yep. I would say you are in really good company. Not just myself, but the folks listening, like, we like to dabble and we like
yes,
to like kind of touch all of the things. And I don't know that we are loyalists, right, listeners? I don't
right,
think that we like stay in a lane. I think we kind of do
yeah,
whatever is in front of our hands. So
totally.
do you have then like a favorite project or medium or technique on the skin and off?
Ooh, gosh. So I have been recently shading more detailed. It's called like a skipple technique. You take the fine liner of the tattoo machine and you almost shade like you would shade with like a pencil really fast.
Yeah.
And if the machine slowed down a little bit, it actually like the line skips. So it
Yeah.
makes a stipple skipple. So I've been
Yes.
doing that a little bit more just to get some fine details if there's a
Hmm.
lot of fur texture in the tattoo or, stuff like that.
I
So I've been
love
playing
that.
around with that a lot
Hmm.
lately.
Yeah. And what
And
about off the skin? What do you like to do?
off the skin, I just completed a mural for Organic Valley in one of their offices. And so I've been trying to just paint more walls.
Love that.
Interior designs, one of my favorite. Oh, I lost a headphone.
Yeah.
Um, thing. So if I'm not painting, then I'm tattooing pretty much.
So, so Audra, in your mural work, are you like freehand drawing using VR? Like, how are you getting your design from your head onto your substrate?
So at my house, we just kind of wing it.
Right,
um,
right.
this I designed on the iPad, and
Yeah,
then I so they knew what they were getting, and
sure.
then I did the technique. Have you seen where it's a blank wall? I pretty much took a picture of the wall. I
Mm-hmm.
put tape marks
Mm-hmm.
on randomly, and then I kind of like impose the mural that I was doing via in
Yeah,
Procreate.
yeah.
So I knew where everything lined up on the wall.
Oh, that's smart.
And then I freehand sketched it with like a chalk marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of silos here on the farm, And
Mhm.
when I look at them, not so much we have like a blue harvester, and I'm not like that one isn't really my upcoming victim, but we have one that's like just the regular galvanized steel silicone.
Yeah.
And every time I look at it, I see ravens and our branded colors, and like I see this thing.
Right.
So I've been doing a little bit of research on how I could maybe get that through. Like we have one VR thing, um,
Yeah.
that we bought it to play lightsaber.
Right, right.
Do you know about that game? Oh my
Mm,
God, it's so
Is
fun.
it, are you slashing things in the
Yeah,
air?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay,
you're
okay.
slashing
Yeah.
things with these VR handsets, but
Sold.
what you're slashing is like boxes, and it's kind of like it's like Guitar Hero, but set with lasers instead. And
Yeah.
I am a grown-ass woman, and yes, I did buy
Yeah.
it so I could play this video
T-
game.
Yeah.
It's really
I
fun.
have I have just Dance on the Wii still at my
Oh,
house.
I know.
So
Oh my
yeah.
God, I
For
miss the
me.
Wii.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did you ever do any of the workouts on the Wii? I talk about this with my kids all
A
the time.
little bit. Yeah.
Well, do you remember when you would step on the board
On the board.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it would go, ugh.
Yep. You're like, how dare you?
I know, it was like judgy. It's like, man, stop
I
that.
really like Just Dance because I would be the person in aerobics class. I'd be like a step behind, be like,
Oh,
what? So I'm like,
oh,
maybe this will help with
oh,
that.
for sure. I
Yeah,
love the soccer heading one too. Like,
yeah.
I did that one a lot. I love that one. But I always was like, when they designed that board and you step on it and it judges you, like, what were they thinking?
I don't know. It's like, do you want me to use this thing or not?
Right, exactly. Like, I don't need this from you right now. Like, you
Yeah,
should
I'm
be
making
like,
it
yay,
complex.
right.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you're on the board. Not,
yeah,
ugh.
yeah. So
Anyway,
ridiculous.
okay.
I haven't dabbled in the VR
Yeah.
world, but I have seen advertisements for it, and you're like,
Yeah, like
duh,
I
that's
wonder.
amazing.
I'm gonna
And
look into it. I'll report back
yeah.
if I can. I don't even remember what my do jobber is called. Um,
Hmm.
that
They
like
connect to the Procreate app too.
yeah,
So
exactly.
you're
So
just like,
I'll
that's
report back if that works. Um,
yeah.
okay, so what is the best way for our folks to find you? Because your work, I was looking through your portfolio today, and I mean, I would describe it as lots of rich colors, real highs and lows of contrast. Like I love your floral work.
Oh,
I love
thank you.
the reds that you
Yeah.
use. I know that you have like cover ups, like you have a section of those.
Hmm.
And you have a section of, so I guess in your process, I'm asking you so many questions at once. Let's start with this one.
No.
When people are picking a tattoo, like what counsel do you give them?
Ooh. Oh
I mean,
man.
since it's forever.
Right, right. So there's a few things. I feel like a biggest one is when people are doing a memorial for someone and
Oh,
they
yeah.
really want some meaning there. And I always
Hmm.
want my counsel is like obviously it's super personal. So like
Yeah.
they, what they decide is it's on
Hmm.
their body. So but I do advise that you maybe pick an object that reminds you of that person, that it
Hmm.
brings happiness.
Hmm.
Sometimes I think getting locked into the death dates,
Oh,
is not something I personally want to carry around with me. But like even like a tribute to someone, like they don't even have
mhm.
to be gone. But like I
Right.
have, a parrot for my dad. He's still around, but like it's just like that's
Mhm.
my tribute to him. It reminds me of, I used to call him Papagayo from Spanish
Sure.
class. Um, so just like something cute that reminds you of that person, I
Right.
think is a really good way. Like stick with the object and then we can stylize it any which way. But
Hmm.
like when we're cramming in 5, 10 things for someone or the death dates, I just don't feel like it
Right.
translates as
So,
well.
do people come to you with their artwork, or do you do the artwork, or do you do both of those things?
Kind of both. I've had a few clients that have been artistically inclined and they
Mm-hmm.
have designed their tattoos
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, or they give me like a rough sketch and
Mm-hmm.
then we work on it together. And
Mm-hmm.
then that feels like really cool. There's, always some tattoo laws that I stand by, or I'll be like, this
Sure.
won't work. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it helps convey the idea super well.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I have a really good friend who and she's been on the show. She is a tattoo designer, and you can buy like the artwork with the right to tattoo
Sure.
it. And awesome vibe. Just I'll tell you about her.
Yeah.
I think you would be like such a beautiful match. Okay. So then the second part of my question was your like your vibrancy, your color, your depth, like in this tattoo lane, like, you know, you've been doing a little more of the stippling, but like, is there like, what do you feel like is your signature? Like, do you have a signature
Yeah, I
style?
love color. Like
Yeah, it's
I
clear you
love
do.
bright color. Like I love
Yeah.
color palettes. I love like kind of going with skin tones too, because like, you know, there's certain shades of like lipstick I would never wear that just don't
Right.
look get that good on me, you know. So
Right.
like a flattering palette for them. And then I love anything like vintage inspired. Like
Yeah.
I'm such a like vintage print person. And
Fonts.
even if we do it in a traditional style, which would be
Mhm.
like like bold single line weight, it's still like we're still throwing in like rose mauling, or we're still doing like a
Yeah.
vintage like retro pattern from, you know. So I
Right.
look up like retro wallpaper a lot, or
Oh,
just
that's a
like,
great
yeah,
idea.
vintage
Oh,
prints, stuff like that.
yeah, kind of bring that into the modern. I love that.
Yes. Or vintage objects, you know, like,
Right.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. Well, in preparation for your visit today, I mean, I have my questions, but we also always ask our community to send in like their questions and what they
sure.
want to know. And so we have a couple of those prepared here. Let me pull up the first one. This one's from Katie. Katie, thank you. We'll send you some Happy Time Craftcast swag, a sticker. Um, so you describe tattooing as a craft and an art. What does that word mean to you when you are working on skin? And do you think it matters if it's art or craft or both? Because we talk about that a lot here. Like, are we artists? Are we crafters? Does it matter?
Right.
Like, what's your opinion on that?
I think, you know, I think it blurs for sure. Like craft and art can
Mm-hmm.
really blur. I think of it as craft because there's the practice
Mm-hmm.
of tattooing and the tools needed, and like there's a craftsmanship quality to every tattoo. So
Mm-hmm.
you're always kind of aiming to still get in those like craftsmanship quality of like, you know, what for any project, like what makes a good sewing project. So
Mm-hmm.
clean seams, you know, like, you know. So
Right.
I feel like tattoos like overlap that. And sometimes like we're just doing a symbol, or we're doing, you know, when I first started, a bunch of like lettering or text or smaller tattoos. And those I didn't really design them, you know, like I feel
Right.
like I am just like applying them to skin. And then sometimes we're like designing a whole sleeve. So
Right.
then that to me is like a little bit more an artistic vision.
Right. Well, and
And
I
I
feel
feel
like
like I live in both worlds.
because your substrate, um, can interact with you and like these are
Yeah.
forever. Like I would imagine that a lot of your, I don't know, protocol or methodology has to also be about trust, right?
Yes, yes. And I feel like years in the service industry, because I used to, you know, wait tables, I used to
Yeah.
nanny, has really like given me a good skill set of like, let's convey expectations. Let's make
Right.
sure we know like how much time this is, how much it's going to cost, like
Right.
what this project
How it's gonna
entails,
feel.
how it's going to feel. You
Right.
know, some people like travel for a long time and they're from
Mm-hmm.
Madison, and you know, sometimes you tap out sooner than we planned. Sometimes
Right.
we stay
Right.
longer because you're here, you know.
So I
So,
have such a funny story about so my former sister-in-law is also a tattoo artist. And one year for Christmas, um I crocheted her a scarf and she gave me permanent eyeliner.
oh, cool.
And when I opened, I don't know if she wrote it down or if she told me, like, I don't remember that part of it, but she was like, I'm going to give you permanent eyeliner. And I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, Audra, I'd never thought about it. I'd never considered it. It was not on my bucket list.
Oh, so you're like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I don't really know much about that, you know?
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, okay, great. You know, like trying to be loving and like, thank you.
yeah.
The next thing she said was, well, let's go down to the shop and do it right now. And I was like, whoa, 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 wait, 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 wait,
Yeah.
wait, what do you mean
Okay.
right now?
Yeah, yeah.
So, so we went down there and I was like having an absolute heart attack. I was so nervous. And so she preps everything. And she's like laying across me, and my eyes are, I don't know, are they taped shut? Like, I can't remember. And like she's kind of laying on me and she's doing it. And she's a very firm person, like she's like, she gives a direction and like you take it. So she's she's like, tattooing, and she goes, hold still. And I was like, girl, you got a needle like in my eye. Like
I just don't. Yeah. As much as I like to, an automatic twitching.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to you, I'm not trying to irritate you.
Yeah.
So in like a few more times, she's like, hold still. And I'm sure it's different, among family, right?
Right,
but
right.
It's done. And I mean, I looked like for a couple of days, like it was kind of swollen and red and stuff. But I tell you what, I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yes.
And
yeah.
over time, when it sloughed off, I was like, oh my God.
Let's do it again.
Right?
Yeah.
I would love to, but it's such a sensitive area, and I'm like, oof, I lose my sight, I lose my money,
Right. Like, you're asking me to risk quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, have you done like permanent makeup? Like, you have thoughts on this?
Not well. So typically, it used to be. Now the machines, I feel like, overlap quite a bit. So,
Okay.
there used to be like different machines
Yeah.
for them. I don't know if the difference between like the pen I use is any different
Yeah.
now, but I did hear that cosmetic ink usually is supposed to fade faster.
Yes.
Now, that being that she's a tattooer, she you might have just
She's
gotten
like, this won't
what.
last forever. Like, that skin is thin, it sloughs off.
Yeah,
And
and it
all of
is
the
a practice where I'm like, I feel like if you do it, you should be doing it, but I haven't really dabbled into
Right.
it yet. Yeah.
I think I'll just try eyes today. Like, I hear that.
It's like, what numbing, like, do you have any numbing application? Like, I don't know if they're, yeah.
I don't remember. I
Yeah.
don't know. But God, it was, like you rewind memories in your brain, right? And I see
Right.
that. And I just see her, with me on the table with my eye taped shut and her
Yeah.
like
It's like, we're
holding
going
me
for it.
down,
Yes.
But we're sister-in-laws, so it's very different,
I tattooed my sister's sternum without numbing cream at first, and she like sat amazingly, and she's like pretty heavily tattooed. But
wow.
The next time I was like, why didn't we numb you?
Right.
Like, that's just rude.
Well, my kid, so 3 of my kids have tattoos. I have one. And I have like one child who he likes to get them as like almost like commemorative representations of like the things he loves. So
Sure.
he has a raven, which love that.
Right.
Then he's got like words and other things that are important to him. And he doesn't ever do the numbing stuff. He's just like arm out and like,
Yeah.
like that would not be my experience. Like, I would rather
like, yes, it is. I feel like there are some areas where you're like, it's not really worth it. In some areas, it's interesting. A lot of
the advancements in technology every single time. Like,
right.
that exists. Yes, please. I'll have some of that. Like,
yeah, exactly. You're like,
I'm not
and
one to
the
shun
day
a good
I get
idea.
my tattoo or my sternum tattooed, I will be numbing that. There's a lot of different like Michigan just banned all numbing products. It's really weird. There's a lot of different stuff out there on how people feel about it.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't know, just get an FDA approved
I'm taking
thing.
it. I'm taking it.
Don't keep reapplying it. It's probably not good, but
right.
Get you through a session.
It's not like you're going to use it every day.
Yeah, a little Bactine goes a long ways too.
Right, this
so.
is rare.
Yeah.
All right, here's another question from Erin. So Erin's been to your website and she says that your tattoos flow so beautifully on the body. I totally agree. I love some of your sleeves. Just awesome. Oops, that went away. And how do you design large scale pieces that move with someone's anatomy instead of maybe fighting with it, or you get a weird crease or whatever?
Totally. Yeah, I feel like there is S curves are your best friend, and that's even kind of reverting back to like the Art Nouveau styles, because you do want to curve with the body. So like when you're thinking about a sleeve or a leg, you're gonna want something that kind of slowly wraps.
Yeah.
And then if I am kind of in an area where like we have creasing or I've done like back pieces where like you're gonna get some like natural like folding of the body, and then you want to stick with like organic shapes, like
Oh,
don't put a geometric pattern,
right.
on
Of
your
course.
bingo wing,
Right. Have
like,
you ever had somebody want something where you were just like, ooh, that's a choice?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I also like, I think when I used to have to take walk-ins, which I mean, the fact that the industry has shifted like that is kind
Mhm.
of good, because then I tend to, you don't want to people please,
Right,
when
right,
you're like, but you're also like, ooh, we probably shouldn't do that.
right, right,
So younger kids wanting stuff on their hands and faces when they don't have any other tattoos. It's like
right,
something where you're like, I don't think we've thought, like, once you commit to the lifestyle, cool.
right.
But I do wait until you've more heavily tattooed to kind of go on the very public spaces,
Right.
you know? Yeah.
Good counsel. Good counsel.
All
So,
right.
okay. So now back to that question that I asked before, but I didn't give you a chance to answer it. So, how can people find your portfolio of work?
Oh, sure. So Instagram's great. It's just Audra_Tattoo Zuzu. And then tattoozuzu.com is
Yep.
where you'll have to also see like links to it. Email is my best bet.
Okay.
Please, I can't do the multi ways to contact me, so just
I love that. Pick
the
a
one
lane.
email. Yes, I can't
Mm-hmm.
DM. I'll lose track of it.
Right. I love
I know
that.
myself. I know my skill sets. It's just the
Right.
one email.
Right. I love that. Well, and we will be sure to link that in the show notes, most certainly, so that folks can
Awesome.
find you.
Thank you.
And like I said, Audra's here in the Driftless region, just in Viroqua, so not too far from where I am, not too far
Yeah.
from La Crosse, really not too
Mm-hmm.
far from Madison, right?
So in 2 hours.
Right,
Not too.
right.
Yeah.
So certainly
I was just.
doable.
I
Yep.
I drop in there every once in a while too.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
yeah.
So you can find her work on those places. We will definitely be sure to link it so that she is easy to find. Thank you so much for being here today. And
Thank
thank you.
you.
I mean, we've got more to do with you. We just have to, we're going to do a couple more things real quick. So I would like to talk about a book. And this is our book nook for makers. And the book I want to talk about, I've talked about before, but it was in the episode that I did where I talked about all my favorite books, and I didn't really shine a light just on this one particular book for too terribly long. And since this month is the Febrelage Collage Challenge, I thought that this would be a great time to revisit it. So it's this book. It's called Masters Collage, Major Works by Leading Artists. And it is just chock full of ideas. And it's honest to goodness been one of my absolute favorites. So I'm going to share it with you here now so that you can see just a little bit more of it. And what I like to do is I like to go to this reference and then I like to try it. So, I find one and then I'm like, okay, that's a really great idea. Let's see what that is about. So here is the book. Alrighty. And let me just show you some of the things that I have highlighted. So in this particular idea, you can see that the suggestion is that you are picking from one color palette, but look at all of these amazing textures and layers. So I think for me, collage loses some of its hold on my interest when I overthink it and when I get stuck. So here, this artist is Laura Romoff, and what Laura has done is she's created a one color background and then she's just used hues of beige and white. And then, I don't know if you can see this, but as you study it, what do you notice about color? And it's very, very subtle and it takes a second to find it, but check this out. So she's got like a little bit of red there, red over here, and red down here in this stamp. Whoops, I don't know why you lost it. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. That's strange. I lost my camera. Okay. Well, we'll just go a different way. All right. I'll show it to you this way. All right. So the beige background, the white, the beige, and then she's added this red. But what do you notice? The red is in a triangle. And that makes sense, right, to our design eye. So she's probably been intentional about adding that little bit of contrast in this particular triangle. So when you try these ideas, like I'm not suggesting that you like copy this exactly, but this is the idea of working within one color palette. And that's why I love this book. Here is another example. This artist is Robert Hunt. And what I think is really cool is his use of lettering. And so he has collaged a background of paint. And to me, it kind of looks like maybe these are paint scrapes. So you put paint on your substrate, looks like a few colors, and then you scrape it with a credit card to get that super blendy effect. Then in book paper, he has probably used, his X-Acto knife or a scalpel, and he's cut out man above and below, probably did it twice, once in black and once in book paper. And I love what that does to the eye and also what it does for balance. So I might take that idea like as an inspiration point and use that idea in my collage. One more I want to show you. This is by Kim Prince. And we've actually talked about this idea on another episode. What Kim has done is she has used color blocking. So she has made big blocks of color. And then again, you can see that her subject is in a triangle because our eyes like triangles. And so if you took this idea of color blocking, remember we did this together on an episode a few weeks back where we tried color blocking. And I promise you, I was all organized and I had it open to the page and my book closed. So let me find it for you. Yep, we did color blocking and it turned out like this. So I used 3 large blocks of color, found my focal image, and then just a little bit of text for contrast. But you can see I'm making triangles. I'm thinking about contrast. And this was just my painted paper from my box of painted papers. So again, the idea is be inspired by the artists that you find their work in books like this, and then sit down and try one. Now, warning, word of warning, it is easy to get a little overwhelmed and shut down because some of these collages are, they're masters, of course, right? But look at this idea by Robert Hunt. So what Robert has done is Robert has taken a portrait of a woman and probably from a magazine, and then he has used it as a pattern, cut it down, and then replaced those pattern pieces with different kinds of paper. So I thought, okay, so how would you prep this idea? So I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I do think that if you are working in an art journal or doing collage, I like to keep several sizes of art journals or books because not every idea fits in whatever size you have. So I have this big guy, I think it's 9 by 11. This big fella. And what I have done is I've prepped my backgrounds. I've covered them with background paper and gesso, just so that I have a place to start. And then I found this image here of this woman, I think it was in a textbook, and I cut her out from her background. And so to proceed with this Robert Hunt idea, I'm going to cut her apart into lots of different pieces, paying special attention not to cut too much into her features, like her lips, her nose, her eyes, and her eyebrows, so that we know at the end it's still a woman. And then I'm going to put all the pieces back together. But before I cut it apart, I'm going to trace her on my substrate so that when I put this puzzle back together, I'll know where everything goes. Also, just kind of pro tip, remember, you want to make sure that you are tracing on the side that you want up, so that when you flip it over, you've got right sides and wrong sides working the way that they should. So I'm going to work on this and I will report back how the inspiration went from Robert Hunt. But that's how I take that idea and put it into my own practice. I have no idea if that's how he did it, but that's how I would break that down into manageable parts. So again, the book is Masters Collage. And like all of my resources, I've had this one for a while. Let me see if I can't find a copyright date. This is, 2010. So I've had her for a while, but I refer to it often. And 10 out of 10, highly recommend, love this thing, because what's so fascinating about it is just the range of work, right? So you might be inspired by things you've never thought to try. Absurdist collage with lots of layers. There's minimalist collage, working with typography, working with layers. Like this thing, this is one of my favorite books. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Especially if you are new to collage, or maybe you're participating in the Febrelage Collage Challenge for the first time. Like, look at this one. This is by Hope Kroll. She's one of my favorite collage artists. Look at that simple idea. Her idea, and the reason that I love it, right? It's symmetrical, it's got balance. Look at all those cute little birds. So she's cut out a bunch of birds. They're coming out of one particular element. She's got a little bit of black and white, like a very, not too complicated color palette. But as I've said before, I like to study why I like it. Why does this appeal to me? And then see if I can't find inspiration in my own art practice. So again, Masters of Collage. Highly recommend. Worth it. Excellent. Let me know if you pick it up and if you are inspired the way that I was, but I absolutely love it and I will keep my promises. I'm going to try the Robert Hunt technique on this and I will report back and I will let you know how it goes. All right. So Audra, do you ever do any collage?
Oh man, you just brought me back to my Mod Podge days.
You're right. Who doesn't like a little Mod Podge?
I love a little Mod Podge. Yeah, I actually love vintage publications. My mom actually worked at the Antique Emporium in Eau Claire growing up, so I would dive into a lot of the old magazines, and I almost love. It's like the most misogynist cartoons from like a gag magazine. I love those because I would just like skip their bad jokes. But I love the art, and then I make lots of cards, and like I've never bought a card in my life, so I love to collage cards.
You are in good company here.
Yeah,
we make cards, tags, collage, art journals.
Yes.
One of the things that always gets me is, because I work so much with books, I find a lot of things in books, and I never throw those things away. It's almost like a treasure trove. So I was working in a book today and I found B is for bunny. And then on the back of it, I don't know what these numbers are, but I've got this like handwriting. And then next to it, I have like a bunch of numbers and they don't look like phone numbers. I don't know what they are. I'm going to take this and put that in the art journal because it makes such a fun background. And especially when I find handwriting. Oh,
yes. There's something old book smell. I love all that. Yes.
Well, and I love putting handwriting in my collage, and especially when it's like, I've shared this on the show before, like I have lots of my dad's notebooks, and my dad was a doodler and just like a little scribbler, and he would just like write down these random things. And so when I give you a little piece of my dad's handwriting for your collage, that's my love language. That means I love you a lot, and you are just a tiny little piece of my dad's handwriting.
I love like to live, even if we all live on that way,
Yeah. So there it is, right there. That's my dad's handwriting. And like, it's one of my parts that I like to incorporate into my collage practice because it's so personal and I love it.
The triangulating thing was big for me too, because even with a tattoo, like I never pull up one color just by itself. You always have to kind of offset it. Think about the triangles a lot.
I love thinking about art in like the thought, right? Like the nuance of why do I like this? I think that I apply that to things now more because I want to understand, because sometimes I just get kind of grabby and I like that too. I was working on a collage. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. I was working on a book board collage recently. In fact, it's right here. Let me grab it. And usually usually I just grab. I don't think about it. I just grab, 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 grab. But I thought, okay, this one time I am going to be methodical about this and I'm going to grab pieces in a particular color palette and I'm going to make them go together. Audra, I was so frustrated and
Just
I like
overthink.
hated it. Yes, I hated
Yeah.
the process. I hated everything about it. And I just, oh, it was like
Yeah.
not my favorite way of making. So I am doing the
Oh, I love that.
52 book club
Yeah.
challenge, this reading challenge.
Okay.
And so what I did was I took the book that you buy and I cut off the binding and then I made it into a spiral notebook. Because what you do is you, this is just, it's so fun. My friend Lisa turned me on to this. So what you do is there are all these prompts. So like prompt 14, this book includes a character list. Prompt 15, subtitle with a comma. And then you find books that fit those prompts and then you write about the book and you give it a rating. So I was doing all of this note taking in this book and it was hard to write. So I chopped it off and I made it into a spiral binding. But anyway, then I was like, okay, I got to deck out the cover of this.
Yes.
And in this overthinking, I was such an unhappy little artist that I was like, okay, I got to go back to my own way. I got to just be full. But what I noticed is that I do it without thinking sometimes with my triangles or my odd number of elements and I think that comes from, don't you, just like the practice with your own hand.
Sure.
And like what intuitively, I did it with the butterflies too.
The balance. Yeah. I feel like we all want balance in some sort. Even your white negative, the negative space in there is balanced,
Exactly. And
I think kids art, like kids are just natural, composition experts. You're like, they're so good.
I know. I totally agree. And I have to tell you, this little piece right here, this We Like, that is from a book called We Like Kindergarten. And my parents gave it to me. Look at that. It was 39 cents. My parents bought that for me when I was in preschool. And I loved this book. I read it and read it and read it and read it. And so I thought that putting that cover on this little thing I'm doing would, I don't know, just be a little bit sentimental. But the point is that in the study of what you like, I think it becomes more intuitive to grab intuitively without all of that overthinking.
Totally. I think confidence, for being like someone who's like hypercritical, confidence is like kind of even fake it till you make it, like can get you there, and like just trusting yourself, know?
Well, and the difference too between like, I have made hundreds of, like, these are all cut from books, right? So that's my thing, book board collage. Done it 100 times. And I always enjoy it until that day when I was like, like
the process.
I was stuck and paralyzed in this kind of wanting to do something outside of what I normally do. And then when I just stopped all of that, do it like I did, I'm so happy, right?
Yeah,
so the takeaway, my friends, is like challenge yourself, of course, but then like, to your point, Audra, it's the confidence in your own
method, practice.
Practice.
Yes. Anyway, I feel like anytime I do something, like I struggle with it for some amount of time. Though. Like paintings, you're gonna hate it for like at least the first half of it.
Yes. My friend Lisa calls it the messy middle.
The messy middle, yes.
Yeah, the messy middle, and like that sticks with me. I think about that a lot because there is that. I also, does this ever happen to you? Like, I look at things I made, I don't know, even years ago, and I looked at it and I was like, nah, I don't really like it. And then you put it away, and then you come back years,
like,
months, days later.
Yeah, you're like, there's something here.
What's wrong with me? Like, that's amazing. Like,
there's some projects where I'm like, why'd I throw that one away? That would have been cool. Like,
Right. Well, listeners, if it brings you comfort, we all go through all of this, but what I think for me, the takeaway is there is joy in the making when I don't get in my own way.
Yes. Also, like tattoos, start to finish, have to be kind of like perfection, step by step. And I do like other crafts and like painting just to kind of wing it and be messy. So I feel like there is some like, you should let yourself loose sometimes,
Yeah,
Just like, just make it to make it, you know?
Well, or don't you think too, like on the days where you're like, I don't really know what I want to make today, that's when I turn to my book recs. Like
Yes.
Lake is saying here, like she's running out of room for these. But it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to make today. So okay, maybe today I'm gonna try lines, you know, coming out of a focal point, you know, just grab a little bit of inspiration and just put your hands to it and give it a whirl.
Just trick yourself to get started. And then
right, exactly. Oh my gosh, Audra, it has been so fun having you and chatting with you. And before I let you go, oh my gosh, we have to get to like what has become like the favorite part for a lot of our listeners, and that of course is our happy 10. And so sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 8, whatever, but I have a series of questions that I ask all of our guests, and I'm going to ask you as well. And you know, you can give one word answers, you can elaborate, and hopefully the questions won't be that hard. So we'll start with what I hope is an easy one, and it's this one. So Audra, what is your favorite word? And it could be today, not always. It could just be in this.
Isn't everyone's favorite word like cellar door? The beautifulest word of the English language. Have you heard that?
Yes.
I think I'll stick with that.
Okay. I love it. It. Do you then, on the opposite side of that, do you have like a least favorite word?
Oh, goodness. Gosh. I think like kind of in those words that like irk you a little bit.
Oh, sure.
You know? Where you're like, no, don't say that.
Right. Like where you have like an emotional response. For me lately, I've been like listening to a lot of news, and for me, it's usually like overused statements. Like for a long time, I didn't like it is what it is. Like that got worn out. And then for a long time, my son was calling me bro, and I didn't really like that. And now years later, I just embrace it. Like whatever. Like okay, totally. That's fine.
I get irked by like you deserve it. Like I don't like I feel like it's like the other person's telling me what I do and don't deserve too.
Right.
Like they're validating what I don't. It just it's a weird like I don't know. Maybe in that self-help.
Like you've got your one where you're just like, it makes you a little bit prickly.
I feel like it's condescending sometimes. Maybe you deserve it.
With the vocal fry, like that's the important part of that delivery.
That is.
All right, so now this question is like my favorite and most important question because one, like it's lunchtime for me, soonish. Two, this is my favorite food, and I know it's simple and to some people hard to understand when I'm married to a chef, but it just is. So, Audra, what is the best kind of sandwich?
The best kind of sandwich?
Yes. A lot of recommendations come out of these answers.
Like, are we talking like what's on it?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm like a turkey sandwich kind of person.
Okay, say more. Like what kind of bread?
Like probably some, oh man, there is maybe Lately's down the street here. It's the best place. So it's like homemade, like sourdough bread, you know, something like that. And then you have like turkey, and then you need like lettuce, tomatoes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm more.
What about cheese? What about cheese? Is there cheese on there?
There's cheese. I'm more of a cheddar person. But
okay. Yes. So start.
The best sandwich is one that you kind of like when you're eating it, you're like making out with it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like
everybody's got a little give and take, right?
I know. You're like
everybody plays a role.
I'm a foodie a little bit too. How about you?
Well, so I'm always on a kick of this one, and I won't like my listeners hear me say this every time. But I have a new one, and it's simple. So lately, I have been doing sourdough toast, but I like them. I like my toast kind of open. Like I don't like a lid. Like I like one toasty bit at a time.
Yes.
And then I do laughing cow cheese, and then I do arugula, and then I do blackberries. So I need a sweet and savory. And then I hit it with like something spicy. So it could be like a chili flake. It could be sriracha. But
spicy mayo.
Yes, but the blend and the balance always has to be the cheesy fatty bit, this peppery arugula, the sweet jammy, and then the heat.
I'm for it. Yes.
On sourdough toasted.
Yes.
Just
right. The combination, sacred.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it changes the sandwich game entirely.
Yes.
So love it.
Yes. A classic like egg sandwich, you know, with like avocado and spicy mayo is also very good.
Love
Yeah.
that. I saw a video yesterday of a guy making a vintage recipe for a sandwich loaf. Now, this might be a bridge too far for me, but it was like he took white bread, like homemade white bread, and he cut it into like layers like a cake. And then
Okay.
first layer, it was like cream cheese and pineapple chunks. And then it was the bread. And then it was egg salad. And then it was the bread. And then it was pimento cheese. And then it was the bread. And then it was covered in this cream cheese thing. So it looked like a cake, but it was really a sandwich. But I have to say, I object. I think that for me, too far.
You lost me at egg salad.
Yeah.
Like, nope. Yeah.
Too far. I mean,
Pineapple and eggs, I don't,
right.
I can't do it.
I love and admire your intent, right? Like,
yes.
Beautiful. But man, and it was a cookbook from like the 60s. So like that was
that checks out. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's like let's put hot dogs in Jello molds.
Right.
You know? You're like, what were you doing? They're like, ooh, processed food. Let's experiment.
Did they ever serve you those? Because my family did. Like my family served ambrosia or whatever.
You're like, what? No, I mean, I think we had like spam sandwiches was probably lots of ring bologna as a kid.
For a while, my mom, God bless you, Mom, if you're listening, I know you do. I have a memory of my mom's Jello molds hanging on the wall in our kitchen. Like
yes.
Like kind of a loud kind of brass.
Was it copper?
Copper, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
and then food went in there.
That's kitchen decor. Yeah.
My family also served, oh my God, this is a shudder. I have a very, like, we were at my grandma's house and there was like lettuce in like in a little pudding bowl, like a piece of lettuce. Yes. And then there was a slap of cottage cheese. And then there were peaches out of a can.
I was like, you're going to say peaches. Why do I know this?
Like some fruit cocktail or something.
Oh, lovely.
What was that?
Yes. What are we eating?
Right. Like who put that in front of a kid and went, you know what's a good idea? That.
No.
Sorry, Mom. My mom didn't make it, but she put it in front of me.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Now back to you. Okay, what about this? So you are an artist and you are an artist in so many ways. You've got the murals, you've got the tattoo, you've got every now and again when you dabble with collage and the things that you do, and even Procreate. So what does that mean to you? Like you're living life as an artist.
Which is awesome. Like I actually make income.
Right. Right.
To me, I think it's just like a strong visual perception of the world. Like I do tend to like realize later, like I take in all my information visually. Like I'm a big documentaries person. Like I think about things visually all the time. And I think it's just kind of that, like, just that perspective on, that you can offer is, just, how a musician probably perceives the world differently, So I think that's just like the skill set of what you have and what you can offer. And like, I think a lot of times we don't think our perspectives are like all that special or different, but then the more like we put it out there, like, oh, that's actually like, and then who your people are too,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like you find each other. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that so much. I would say that like what I hear you say is that too, it's like it's your lens, right? It's your lens of how you see the world.
Yeah.
I
did notice like a lot of my paintings have like almost a vibration or like paint strokes kind of radiating from objects.
Yeah.
And I was kind of just like, why do I keep doing this? I feel like a lot of artists would relate to like, I just have to do this,
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know if that's like, I feel like everything's connected. I feel like we all kind of in a woo-woo sense like radiate but also it just looks cool. Like I have to
Right.
break up static space too.
Right. I think it's
Yeah.
to what we were talking about earlier. I think there's a lot of intuition. I think
Yeah.
a lot of trust too. Like in my example of like, I tried to do it a different way.
Yeah.
I thought I was like maybe challenging myself artistically, but later
Right.
what I realized is that like, I know this, like I've got,
Right.
like I know this bit.
This is me. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
touch to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had so much more fun. And I felt so much more like myself when I just kind of do it my own way, even when
Yes.
drawing inspiration from others, like be inspired
Oh, totally.
and right,
All the time. All the
right,
time.
implement
Yeah.
through your own lens. I love that.
Yes.
I love that. So other than like this profession, is there one that you would like to attempt?
Oh gosh. And I've worked for myself and by myself for
Yeah.
so long. Like it's kind of funny to think about
Right. Same.
doing something else. But I think I'd love to at least help out like a substitute teach. My kiddo's like 5 right now. But I just really like value like working with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss that age. In fact, I love 5 so much. I keep this picture like in my turntable. So these are my kids.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
but
Yeah.
no, they're old now.
They're
Like,
old. Yeah.
but this is my death metal drummer when
But
he was 5. And
yeah.
I have to look at it every day because this is in
Oh
his
my gosh.
most like Charliest era, And look
Yeah.
at my daughter Georgie with her Justice clothes on.
Oh my God. I love that.
But
Yes.
my point is, I miss that age. I love that.
Yes.
I love it
She's
so
just
much.
starting to write, so I'm getting like love letters,
Uh,
It's just adorable. But yeah, she drew something the other day. She said it was flowers, but also fireworks. Like,
oh,
and I was like, this is the best composition I've ever seen. Like, they just
you know,
surprise you like that.
if I had to do it all over again with my kids, I think one thing I would do differently is, and now we have the technology, but I would have scanned in their artwork,
Sure.
because like
Yeah.
we have it all like in a bin, but I would imagine I can't remember who did what and like what was in
Sure.
it. But have you
Yeah.
seen some of these lovely collages parents are making out of their kids' artwork?
Totally. Or even like some of the like mixed book or whatnot, like just
Yeah.
throwing them onto like a printable book where it's all
Yes.
there.
Yes. Oh,
I
I
do
love
love, the handmade stuff, and I have a little shelf,
Me
but
too.
yes.
Me too. I carry, well, and whenever I do this, I got to tell you, my kids are like, Charlie is your favorite. I'm like, no, Charlie isn't my favorite. Charlie just doesn't care if I talk about him.
Fair.
But, like, here's a little piece of Charlie's artwork
Oh my God. Yeah.
that I carry around in my date book. He later made this into a stamp, like he like carved it out of linoleum.
Oh
And
yeah.
I just found it laying around, and I was like, okay, that's a thing I want to look at every single day because
Totally.
memories.
Yeah, even just like the goofiest stuff. I love how conceptual their art is, and yeah, it's just kind of awesome.
Inspired me. I want to go back and I'm going to find some of the kids' artwork today and maybe use that as my inspiration piece for a collage.
Totally.
Like I remember Georgie used to make people, but she would stack boxes. So box, 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 and then a head at the top.
And funny. So, yeah.
So her people like
right.
But they were all a series of boxes.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really fun thing to add to my collage practice.
Totally. I did oil painting in college, and I was using like a lot of the kids I nannied for's art as inspiration. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm
so
sure
so many artists have like.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I'm doing it today, and I'm going to do that. I will report back.
All the things. Yeah.
All the things. I promise. I keep my promises. Okay. What about this one? So are there professions, Audra, where you're like, no, not doing that. Not Audra E at all?
Yes. Anything with forms or math,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys have, I have not been diagnosed with ADHD, but I'm pretty sure where I'm like, I will focus on a task for 8 hours straight, but don't make me do computer stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
That are like my friends that are engineers, or my husband's an engineer.
Yes.
Oh my God, his brain. I mean, I love you, baby, but it's got to be exhausting to live inside of that brain that's always computing,
Yes.
Like,
My husband is the
Oh,
son of an engineer, and he also, like, his work is pretty much charts and price
right,
points, and
right.
he's also a musician, which I'm like, I'm not musically
Yeah.
inclined because I think it is math, maybe,
Oh, agreed.
you know. So I'm like, how does your brain work?
Right.
Why are we opposite?
I
Yeah.
admire them and love them, but boy, do I know myself, and that's not my
Yes.
skill set does not reside in any
Right.
of those.
We did retile our bathroom together, and that was very interesting, but also turned out fine because the
Yes,
art plus math.
right,
Yes.
right. What I've learned in projects like that, like we're about to retile a floor, for
Yeah.
those of you who listen to the show a lot, it's the Poopapalooza that we're still fixing, and it's gonna go do that. And it's a tile floor with a pattern. And so what I do, I've learned for my own sanity and the peacefulness here at the farm, I'm just like, yes,
Yeah. Correct. You're like, just now.
yes, absolutely.
Smart. Yes.
Here's my lesson. Yes.
Yes.
and I
So,
and I have like a done is better than perfect barometer.
yes.
So I just like the more I say yes, then sometimes, Darren will come into my way of done is better than perfect when he is perfect is perfect.
Right,
So
right.
yeah.
Totally. I
Yeah.
feel that.
All right, one more for you. And this one is like my favorite question. So what about this? Of all the things, what brings you the most happiness?
Oh my goodness. I feel like there is, like, the environment you're in, like there is a calm or peacefulness or a visual, like I can't do white walls. Like
Mhm.
like drop ceilings really bother me. So like a richness of your environment, I
Yeah.
guess, would bring me the most like contentment. Like um I love like wall colors, like change a room dramatically. So I think like being in an environment or being outside is better, but like in your
Right.
home when you're like have a calmness around
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, I think that's like where I'm at these days is
That's beautiful.
the calm.
Right, right. That's
Yeah,
also like a really good word for absolutely sure. No, I
yeah,
think it's beautiful. And I'm inspired by that. I'm going to think a little bit more about that, especially as we like look at our spaces here for our guests and we are like intentional about what brings
right.
calm and what like surrounds them with a feeling of self-care and like taking care of people is like our most favorite thing at this stage of our life. And so I think
Totally.
words are really wise. Like,
I,
where do you find it?
yes, I feel like the boring living room has become such an American thing, you know? And
Mhm.
I was just like, no, we can do better with our spaces. I just feel like,
Yeah,
and even cheaply, because
sure.
I'm a thrifty bitch. Like
Me
we
too.
gotta, yeah,
Handmade or
yes,
figured out. Absolutely.
right,
I agree
yes.
with you. Oh my gosh, you guys. So this is Audra Grosz, and we will link where you can find her on Instagram and where you can find her on her website for tattoo work, mural work, or any of the fabulous things that she's got coming up.
Yeah,
So make sure you do that you do the whole like and follow. And if you're interested, reach out to her. And then, of course, as fans of the show, if you would do all the things, like and subscribe, tell folks about the Happy Time Craftcast. I certainly appreciate it as we work on our 2026 goals of just letting more people know that we're here and what we're about. So I
totally.
appreciate you doing that for me, everyone. If you will, please then join me. Is this already next week? Like February is like going so fast. Jamie Rex is with me next week, and Jamie is a knitting artist who creates one-of-a-kind knitwear and patterns inspired by scenes from northern Minnesota. She's been
Welcome.
doing this full-time for 5 years, and her work is available at local shops up in Grand Marais and in other places around Minnesota. So each of her pieces is handmade, of course, unique, and designed to bring warmth, beauty, and artistry into everyday life. So Jamie Rex will be with me next week talking about knitting, and I can't wait because do you knit or crochet?
I don't.
Well, I do. I crochet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
crochet, but knitting vexes me. So I'm very excited
Right.
to
Yes.
talk to somebody who like knows how to do this much better than I
Uh,
do.
correct, correct. I'm like, I can make a hemp necklace from
Right?
the night. Like, I don't, is that a good skill set for that? Or yeah,
Absolutely.
you're right. Gotta
Absolutely.
start somewhere.
All right. Well, Well, I do hope you'll join me next week. And again, thank you so much to Audra. Thank you for listening to
Thank
the
you.
Craftcast. And hey, everybody, we will see you next time. And until then, you be super happy in all kinds of ways. Bye, everybody.